Hi, this is Carol from Math That Makes Sense again, and today we're going to be going over completing the square. Well, let's talk about the square that we're completing. So if we had an equation, remembering back, let's just take x plus 5 times x plus 5. We know that that's the same as the perfect square of x plus 5 squared. So knowing that, we're going to go and we're going to start with an easy equation this time. We're going to do x squared plus 6x minus 7. The first thing you need to do is set it equal to 0. We want to move our constant over to the other side of the equal sign because we want to work with that space to put a number in there that's going to make the left side of the equation a perfect square. So we're going to add 7 to both sides. So that will leave us with x squared plus 6x is equal to 7. Now we're going to take that 6 right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the 6, we're going to divide it by 2 and square it. You say, why are we doing that? Let's go back to when we worked with FOIL. Let's go back to the example I used, x plus 5 times x plus 5. It works if they're both the same. If we use the FOIL method, for our middle terms, it becomes 5x and 5x, which is 10x. So if I took that coefficient, that 10, and divided it by 2, I would get back to that original 5, which is why we're taking that 6 and dividing it by 2. Okay, we've got that. How we get that? Why the squared? Because our last set of terms are 5 times 5, which is 5 squared. So that's why when we take it back to that term, we square it. Okay, so now we're going to take that 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3, and if I square 3, that's going to give me 9. So I'm going to add 9. What I do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. So we're going back, our equation is now x squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal to 16. Well, now I've done it. I've created a perfect square on the left side. So it's going to be x plus 3 times x plus 3. So that's x plus 3 squared is equal to 16. But we're not done yet. We still have to solve it. So we learned before that the opposite of a square root is a square. Same thing, the opposite of a square is a square root. So what I want to do is I want to take the square root of both sides. But remember, when I have a number in a square root, I have to put that plus and minus out front. So with the square and the square root canceling on the left side, it becomes x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus 4. Here's where I like to split the equations. So I'll have one as x plus 3 is equal to positive 4, and my other equation, x plus 3 is equal to negative 4. You could have moved the 3 to the other side first. It doesn't matter because it's going to be the same on both sides. I'm going to subtract that 3, so x will be equal to 1. I'm going to subtract the 3 over here, and it'll be x is equal to negative 7. So now we have just solved completing the square for a simple one. Note that you could have solved this by factoring. I picked an easy one so we didn't end up with fractions or things left under the radical, but it works just the same. Hope this helps.